Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Laura and I'm so happy to have you join me today. And if you're new here, consider giving me the thumbs up as it really helps my channel. But also by subscribing, leaving me a comment at the end of the video, and make sure you turn your notifications on so you know when we have content to share with you. And we've added many of our projects to our website, so I'll leave the link for that in the description below for you to check out a little bit later on. All right, so let's get started as I show you how to make these beautiful little square beaded dangly earrings. The materials we are going to use for today's project is 2 pieces of 24 gauge wire, and these are cut to just right around 6 inches, give or take, and you can use whatever gauge that you prefer so long as it fits through the center of whichever bead it is that you choose to use. Now these beads in particular are the same ones that we used when we made our square glass bead bracelet. So you can tie these in with a existing project or make one of your own or just have them stand alone. But I will leave the link to that project up here so that you have the opportunity to check it out once we are finished here. So along with the wire and then our beads, which match our bracelet, we have a couple of pins here, jewelry pins as well. And I chose these because they have a square shape to them, which I think fits in very nicely with our rectangular beads. We have a couple of little silver, these are kind of disc shaped beads that we're going to add, and then these are a set of ear wires that we made ourselves, and I will also post that link up here so that you can check that out as well. Pre-made ones are perfectly fine. Just it's handy to know how to make your own. We have 2 pair of jewelry pliers here, and these are non-scarring because they have no teeth, and then just a set of snips. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of our beads and we're going to slide that wire through, and we're going to find what is approximately the center point, and then we're going to bend one side of our wires out, nice sharp bend. And I apologize for the background noise. One of my neighbors is power washing something, so that may very well start and stop. But we bend this wire sideways, and that's going to hold our bead firmly in place. We're taking our round nose pliers, and we're just putting the wire just a short distance up the barrel here. We don't want our loops to be terribly big, and then we just kind of wrap it around like that, giving ourselves that loop, and then we hold on firmly and we just pull that wire around behind. So now you can see both of our wires are protruding in opposite directions. So then we're going to flip it around to the other side, and we're holding the bottom quite firmly so that our wire is pushed all the way up, so there's no gaps. And this is best case scenario going to keep our square bead from slipping and sliding around. All right. So then we made another loop. Once again, it's fairly small. And then we're going to bring our wire around. and which direction your loops are facing is all adjustable at the end as well. So that's the start of it. So our wire has run through, we've made a loop at either end, and then our wires point in different directions at the ends. So now we're just holding on to this fairly firmly. You can use your pliers, I guess, if you want to. You should be able to maneuver this just fine with just your fingers. So then we've run the wire along the side of our bead, bringing it over, trying to keep it at that corner as much as possible, and then we just bring it around, wrap it around the back of that loop. Moving this around just to adjust it, to keep it in place, and then we do the same thing with the next one. So we run that wire on the side of our bead here, and then we bring it back behind the existing loop on this side. Snipping this off. We'll do both of them at one time. And then we take our jewelry pliers, and these are nice because they got a nice point on them and they're kind of slanted, so they really are great for getting in tight little spots. Run our finger along, as long as there's no pokey bits, we are good to go. Alright, so there is our first wrapped bead. I just really love this design. It's really funky. Once again, we're stringing our bead on our wire, and we're sharply bending the bottom, what we'll consider the bottom at this point, and holding it very firmly, kind of pulling it up, making sure we don't have any gaps in there or a slight gap. We're just going to make that loop. And we're going to pull our wire behind, like so. Okay, so there's that loop. Flipping it over, same thing with the other side. Grabbing it nice and close up against the bead. And then we're just pulling that wire around, like so. Keeping the loop small and relatively uniform. We're going to pull that around behind. So once again, our wires are pointing in opposite directions. Okay, taking our wire, whichever one it is, doesn't really matter, running it along the edge of our bead, and then bringing it up and just giving it one wrap around that loop. Take these and just move it up a little bit. There we go. Same thing with the other side, flipping it over, taking that wire, running it along the edge of our bead. We can squeeze that together just so that it keeps its shape. We just twist that, just bring it around our loop. Okay, I'm giving this a snip. And that one as well. Taking our curved nose pliers, just giving that a nice squeeze. Bringing it all together, no pokey bits. That is ideal. Fantastic. So there are our 2 square beads. And then we're going to take our square head pins. Once again, I really love these. They just marry nicely with the shape of our glass beads. And we quite simply pop the little silver bead on there. And then grabbing our pliers, our barrel nose pliers, once again, we're going to bend this wire around. Okay, like so. And then we're going to just snip that off. So it's almost acting like a jump ring, just being rounded off like this. Now if we wanted to, we could easily have just continued to wrap this wire around the loop that we just made. And I'm okay just with going with this. Second one, we just pop that bead on there once again, using our round nose pliers. We're bending that around. Okay, and then snipping it off nice and close here. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to crack that open just a titch. So actually before we go that much further, we want to kind of decide what we want to be the front and the back of our earring. And this one just went a little wonky when so we're going to just make a little adjustment here, because I do like this side. I do think I like this side to be the front. So that's my decision. Right there. Opening that up just a titch. We're going to pop that on here. Oh, it might not have been open enough. And just closing that up. Same thing with the second one. Just opening up that a little bit. Popping our square bead on there. And this is what we have. So the next step is obviously to pop everything on our ear wires. And closing that up, just like that. There's one. Opening this up as well. So number 2. So there you go, guys. There are our fantastic wrapped rectangular glass bead earrings. And once again, this matches the beautiful bracelet that we made in a previous video. And I have left the link up here, and I will as well in the description, so you can have a look at that. So in the meantime, I thank you for popping by and joining me as I made this really great project. And don't forget to give me the thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Subscribe, comment, and click the bell so that you get the notifications when we come up with new projects. So for now, thanks again, and I hope you have a fantastic day.